about, let's say, the potential benefits of outsourcing versus insourcing, in terms of if I'm an enterprise, right, and I'm thinking about heading down this path, and let's say I want to build an ROI proposition for myself and figure out, hey, does this make sense? What are the key benefits that you got to factor in?
I think it depends on what seat you're in the organization and what role you're in. You know, like for you, you're a numbers guy, and I watch you build these real complex spreadsheets to figure out, you know, what the ROI on that would be, and I believe that
the reason I asked the question.
Yeah, and I believe that you do it correctly. But that's not something I would ever do. You know, but I also cited cost to be the single biggest factor when, you know, considering IT outsourcing versus an MSP engagement. But here's what I'll say is, you know, I think the organizations that choose to do this strategically are doing so that they can focus on their business and not have to worry about the operational or the day-to-day support that an MSP does really well. You know, so it's day-to-day help desk tickets. My printer won't print. I've got a new user starting on Monday. I need user accounts created. I've got this user that left. I want to make sure security is buttoned up for them. Those types of things that are repetitive tasks like that, in my opinion, are not things that you need to be doing internally. Those are things you need to be outsourcing. You need to free up your staff that is capable of having strategic discussions about how you move the business forward. Things like digital transformation, right? What are we doing within our organization to accomplish digital transformation? What are we doing internally to empower our sales team using technology? Those are things that should remain in-house, and I think you get a lot of benefit from if you offload the responsibility of the day-to-day, you know, servicing of tickets and so forth to an MSP or an outsourced entity.
And as I think about ROI, I don't necessarily think about it just purely from a cost perspective, because to the point that you just made about accelerating a digital transformation program such as a demand generation platform, or I'm going to put in place a new CRM and workflow for the salespeople that are going to improve productivity by 20%.
Exactly. And those things need to be factored in.
If what you put in place creates efficiency and optimization, especially as it relates to people that are either generating revenue, saving revenue, or other areas that have a financial impact, you can build those into your ROI model. Because if you give salespeople 20% more time, presumably they're going to generate 15%.
That many more opportunities, right? Well, and I'll use a term that you used several years ago when we were talking through Trio strategy and who we are and what we wanted to be as a service provider. And I remember you using a term, growth enabler, and that's what we are. And when you think about applying those types of changes to an organization to say, you know what, we're going to help you grow by removing all this operational overhead from your organization that you have internally that you're suffering from, right? You're basically under a rock here, you know, operating in this mode. Let's take that off your plate, and then let's free you up to make these organizational decisions around IT strategy that help you grow.